Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Speak Live Show. I am your host, Dr. Jackie Evans Phillips. Hopefully, everyone could hear us. Let's test our mics. Let me know if you could hear me. Also, I would like to share. Let me make sure that we are all connected and everyone can hear us. Let's make sure that everything is going okay. Let me just share this with Veronica so she can, let's just tag her. Let's just make sure that her people can share to a friend's profile. Veronica, I'm going to share this with you before we get started. Okay, well. Welcome to the Speak Live Show. I am your host, Dr. Jackie Evans Phillips. I'm really excited to be back live. I have an excited guest with me today. I'm really excited about our guest, Veronica. We've been on this journey, Veronica, for some time now. Let's see, I would say maybe about almost 2 years. We've been working and
Yes,
talking together. And Veronica was actually one of my co-authors in Hope.
yes, hope.
Yes, a journey of triumph. And then Veronica decided that, you know what, it's time for her to venture on her own and move to the next best version of herself. So I'm really excited that we have Veronica today. Um, for those who haven't met me yet, I am Dr. Jackie. I'm a midwife of purpose. I'm on a mission to move individuals from the now to the next best version of themselves. And so Veronica is now launching her own book, and the book is called Strategies for Identifying Your Strengths, Gifts, and Potential. So, Veronica, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience? Let them know who you are and why now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Veronica Thomas Burt Miller. I am of Caribbean descent. I reside in the Bronx at present. I'm a nurse by profession, and this book I am writing is called Identifying Your Gifts, Strength, and Potential. I came up with the idea of this book because of the experiences that I've had, both as a student and as a parent, a mother of three boys, and this experiencing some of the challenges and coping with them. I thought putting a workbook together that would help us to identify our gift, strength, and potential would make the journey a little bit easier for others. So that's the reason I put this workbook together.
So, when we look at we look at strengths, gifts, and potential. I always go with the premise that there's greatness inside of us. So expand a little bit to our audience, a little bit about strengths, a little bit about gifts, and a little bit about potential in terms of our composition.
Okay. So when we speak about strength, it could be two faceted, right? When we experience challenges, we develop a strength that we use to cope. This is more, could be called resilience. And then there's this strength that we have that we do things well. And there could be physical strength too, but the strength that I'm focused on in the book is strength that deals with resilience. Sometimes we experience challenges in life that really cause us to think twice, but it is when we have that strength that gives us the resilience to fight back and to rise up from our fall, then that's the kind of strength I talk about in the book. As a
And gifts
person,
and potential.
potential is the capacity that we have to do, to be actually doing what we want to do. And
Hmm.
is the ability that we push ourselves to achieve certain things, capability. We have it all inside of us because each of us is born with gift, strength, and potential. But sometimes it's not identified and therefore not activated. When these are activated, it will help us to be our best self. And we could help others as well in our church community, in our extended community, work community, and the world at large when we really identify our potential.
I think that is so powerful. And the last component in this book is we talk about gifts, our abilities. So talk a little bit about how do we discover our gifts? How do we know who we are?
Well, some basic strategies is just talking to persons and they will tell you, oh, you're so good at this, or you're so good at that. And other things are things that you like to do, things that you dream about, things that you, when you're laying in your bed, you think about, and things, goals that you have. And there's pondering, how am I going to reach this goal? So, when you discover these things by getting engaged in like voluntary organizations, going to different workshops, getting engaged in like various mentoring programs, and then just being exposed to a variety of things and activities, then you will get an idea of what you really like to do. And then getting engaged, having mentors and advisors and others to guide you, pastors, counselors, whoever you identify with that you think you could speak with on a level. And for students, middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, when we help them to identify what they really would like to do, then they would be more passionate about what they want to do. They would be more confident in choosing their credits and their subject areas. Because what I found out is that persons sometimes in college don't really know what majors they want to have, and they
Mm-hmm.
end up switching credits,
Mm-hmm.
switching
Mm-hmm.
courses, losing money and time because sometimes
Yes.
you lose out, and it is even more costly and keeps you back. So if you can identify your gifts, strength, and potential and know what career choice or what path you want to go, then this would be very helpful, I think.
And I think this book is such a unique book in terms that it's a workbook. And it's a workbook that can be used in so many different environments. It's a workbook that can be used in the classroom. It's a workbook that can be used with young adults. It's a workbook for individuals themselves to use as well. So tell me some of the audiences you would like to see that workbook being used.
Well, some of the audiences are mainly the children because I want to impact the children of the next generation. Because
Nice.
honestly, in our community, we have a lack, and my purpose in writing this book is to encourage others. It's like me giving back because of my experiences that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot with just helping my children along the way. We haven't always hit the nail on the head, or but we had to like restructure, reorganize, and try again.
Yeah.
Encouraging the children is very important. This workbook also will allow parents to have a more intimate relationship with their children, as they could work alongside them in the workbook as they go through the pages, discussion. Because what I find too is with technology, the relationship with parents and children and even caregivers is being strained, and the socialization is challenged, and therefore we see a lot of isolation issues, which can cause some even mental health issues with our children. So
Yeah.
this book will bring you back to sitting with your child, talking through the book, writing down the answers as you go through the book, and answer the questions that are there and do the survey. I have a survey in the book that's called VIA, Values in Action Survey.
Mm-hmm.
If you go through that survey, it can be found on the internet, and you answer the questions. It will help you to identify some characteristics that you as a person have, and you could look at these characteristics, and they will help you to make choices as to what area you want to go in your career choices, and even activities that you enjoy to do.
Okay. And so, for those who are just joining us, we are talking to our author, Veronica. She's just launched her book. She's launching it this weekend, and it's called Identify Your Strengths, Gifts, and Potential. And Veronica, tell us a little bit about your book launch this weekend and how individuals can get a copy of the book. I have a link. I will put that link while you talk. Tell us a little bit about. Um,
Okay, so the book launch is this Saturday, the 4th of June at 3 p.m. And it's at Bronx Bethany Church of the Nazarene at 227 on Pauling Avenue in the Bronx.
mm-hmm,
Also, we will have a Zoom link later on for those who are not able to join us. But the books are $10, very minimal cost, because I wanted it to be accessible to students. I know students spend more than $10 for their lunch, so I wanted it to be affordable. And also, the book is a small book, because sometimes persons get scared of a thick book. They don't want to read so much. So it is a compact book with a lot of information that are at your fingertips. If you engage the book, then you will benefit from it.
excellent, excellent, excellent. So, repeat again where and the time for the book launch. So, and I've put the registration link as a banner right now, but let the audience know where and when.
Okay, so at 3 p.m., Bronx Bethany Church of the Nazarene will be in person, and there'll be a Zoom link as well, which we'll say later. And also for payment, it's Zelle, Veronica TBM at gmail.com, and Cash App, dollar sign, capital VER, and capital BM. So
Excellent,
with
excellent.
you, if it's a mailing order, then there's a link. Also, you could put your address, and of course, cost for mailing. I will mail their book to you.
Okay. So I have a shortened link on that's running across the screen right now. So if you could copy that link and it will take you directly to her registration page where you'll be able to register and get in touch with Veronica as she sells and promotes her book. I think this is really excellent. I'm really proud of Veronica. It's been a journey. So talk to me a little bit about the writing process, the journey towards writing your own book. How has it, you know, in terms of you and your transformation, and where you are right now?
Okay, so I thought of writing this book because of my challenges as a person. With my schooling, I had to deal with school while having a medical challenge. And that was a challenge for me. Just juggling school and work
Hmm.
and being a wife and a mother and illness at the same time. So I thought that the strength that I developed, I could share with others how to navigate some of these things. So I did put that in the book as well, just sharing a little bit of my testimony. And the reason why I wrote this book is I did a chapter in one of my brother's book, and that book is being used as a textbook in Jamaica at Michael University.
Hmm.
The feedback from the students were very encouraging, and my story had encouraged them to go forward and continue on their journey.
Nice.
So I thought I could complement the book by writing this workbook, which would reinforce and also is a individual book by itself that can be used separately from that textbook. So that's
I personally encourage you. I think it's a wonderful book that could be used in the classroom. So I personally encourage that direction, and maybe that's something that maybe you could even bring to your brother or present to some schools and things like. Because I think it's very timely, especially when you work with young teens and young adults who are trying to find themselves. So I think that's the direction I greatly encourage.
thank you so much, Dr. Jackie. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I look
So once
forward to
again,
the book
go ahead.
reaching um, various persons. I know that the book would be very impactful, but you have to engage the book. You can't just read it without engaging the activities that are
Yes.
in there. If you do the activities, I can guarantee you'll be helped with this book.
Yes, yes. So, what are your final thoughts for the readers, for people who are trying to identify their strengths, their gifts, or potential, or may have children or loved ones who are lost, confused? What are your final thoughts to our listeners today?
Well, as a Christian, one of the first things is a verse in the scripture: seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. And I want to say prayer is the source of everything. So
Hmm.
we have to bathe every idea, everything that we do with prayer, and the Holy Spirit will guide us into these things, but we have to be proactive in accessing some of these tools to help us along the way. And with the guidance of the Holy Spirit and with guidance of our mentors and preceptors and advisors in schools and colleges and pastors and community leaders or whoever we come in contact with that we can learn from, then engage in the process and be active in it will help us and help you to become your best passionate self. When we are working in our living in our passion, then we are happier people. When you are happy in what you're doing, then you will impact others as well, not only yourself, but others. That's what I want this book to do, to help you to become happy by doing what you like to do and to make the journey easier by identifying your gift, strength, and potential at an early stage so that you don't have to experience some of the pitfalls that others have experienced. Yeah, that's
Excellent, 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 excellent. And so, I am Dr. Jackie, a midwife of purpose. I'm really on a mission to help people move toward the next best version of themselves. It's been quite an honor to work with Veronica over the past, I would say, I think it's about 3 years now, maybe 3 years, or 3 years or more.
maybe three
It
because
was,
we
it was
it's a
before
lot of
COVID, right?
it's a lot of editing we have gone through. The process was like back and forth, just getting the right words in the right place. So it's about that time.
And
Writing a
then
book, I discovered, is not that easy. It takes time, it takes process, it takes editing and re-editing. So thank you so much for your help along the way.
definitely, but also to our personal journey, I think began with the first book, the cancer book. So it's been a journey. I
Right,
think I think it's about over 4 years. Just
right.
just taking you through the different stages and bringing you to that next best version. Bringing you to that next best version of yourself. And as a midwife of purpose, it's my mission to really help anyone else out there who's ready to move to the next best version of yourself. And what does the next best version of yourself look like in terms of exactly are you what are your gifts, your talents that you're ready to birth? What are the things that you're ready to push out? What are some of those giants that are standing in the way? Because when we talk about the courage to soar, Veronica has taken that leap now, and she's able to push past. Even like she talked about in her book about her personal story of moving through raising her family with lupus and all the other stuff that she's gone through, and she was able to move past. But that was not enough for her, and she said, "You know what? There is more. There is more," and I really admire her courage, her determination and her resiliency to push towards soaring it towards the next best version of yourself. And so let's use her story as a means for you right now, as you listen today, to say, you know what? What is that one thing that I need to move forward with in my life? What is that one thing that I need to push past? What is keeping me back from moving towards the next best version of myself? And what I would encourage you to do is connect with me today, connect with the Life Changer Center. Reach out to me, reach out to the Life Changer Center, give us a call. I am here as the midwife to take you to the next best version of yourself. Veronica, I want to wish you continued success. I'm excited about you. I know this is not the end for you, and this is not the end for us. And I know that this book, I'm going to be, you're going to be doing workshops. You're going to be doing, taking it on the road. I'm proclaiming it. I'm putting it out there that you will be changing the lives of many people as you really help them identify who they are, identify their gifts, identify their strengths, and really start using that potential that God has put within them. So I want to bless you on this journey. I want to bless you with abundance, and also too as you use that vessel, your book, to make a difference in the lives of others.
Thank you so much. I accept the blessing and I look forward to helping others with this book as it go forth. If the book helps a few people or many people, I give God
When the book helps others, we're going to
the
change the
okay.
language.
When the book help others, I'll give God all the glory that
And you
He.
know what? You can start giving God the glory in advance. You're gonna start giving God the glory in advance now, because you know that it was God given idea. God is using you as a vessel.
Exactly. So to God be the glory with the going forward with the book to the launch on Saturday. We just ask that He has His way and that He gets the glory in everything.
Amen. 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 Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking this bold step too, because even coming out here, I know it was another bold step for you to come out there and share your journey. But I want to congratulate you, and then I want to wish you the very best. So thank you. Also, I'd like to thank our listening audience for joining us. I will also put the information to one more time. If you want to get a copy of the book or want to get in touch with Veronica or even attend her launch this Saturday, there's a link right here. So connect with her. I'll also put the link in the thread of this recording as well. So you can connect with her and you can be part of this celebration as you identify your strengths, your gifts, and your potential. Give this book to somebody. Give this book to a child, a young adult, or anybody who's trying to really trying to find their next or their why. So be blessed and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. God bless you.
Thank you.